final one we're going to talk about here. Shiba Inu. Sheeb. We're always hating on Sheeb. Jeb, why do you hate Sheeb so much? Jeb, why do you hate on Dogecoin so much? Jeb, SafeMoon, shouldn't I buy this? Why do you hate on SafeMoon so much? Okay, let me be clear. I'm not trying to hate on these projects. What I am trying to do is make sure that you're safe. Because my genuine 100% conviction is that I was given this platform by God, and I want to help to preach the gospel and share that with you guys. And I also want to help you guys achieve financial sovereignty, because I believe that the way that you will find fulfillment and joy in your life is walking in the purpose that has been outlined before you. I want to help you run the race that has been outlined before you. The way that I can help you to do that is by achieving financial sovereignty. I want to help you gain control over your finances, take back control of your finances from the government that doesn't have your best interest at heart, take back control of your finances from the banks that don't have your best interest at heart, and take back your future from the grips of poverty because you don't understand how to work with your money. I want to help you to achieve financial sovereignty. That is control over your finances rather than your finances controlling you. That is my vision. That is what I want to do. That is how I want to help and serve you. That is why I come into work every single day and do what I do. Every single time I make a piece of content, I ask myself, does this content help someone achieve financial sovereignty? I don't believe investing in Dogecoin or Shiba Inu is a good way of achieving financial sovereignty. That is why I'm against them. That being said, something very interesting is happening on the price action of SHIB, and I should show you this because it is a $15 billion cryptocurrency. This is what I want to show you. On SHIB, on the log chart, there is a downtrend that has been in play ever since October 28th of 2021. This downtrend, as of 2 days ago, has been broken. The reason that I'm showing you this is because for once, I am going to tell you that there might actually be a logical argument to buy a little bit of SHIB. Not a ton, but maybe just a little bit. Maybe a little moon bag. Here's why. Shiba Inu, for all of its faults and despite the fact that it doesn't have a lot of functionality, and yes, I get it, we're working on functionality on the back end. Try to beat out a Cardano or an Ethereum that's been working on layer 1 protocols and smart contract platforms for 8 years. You're not going to be able to compete, SHIB. It's just not going to happen. But it does have a very strong community that can cause major pumps. And when it does break a downtrend like this, and when it has rallied 56% in 4 days, the mainstream media could pick up on this relatively soon and pump this price very hard. So I'm not telling you to go and buy a ton of SHIB. I'm not even saying put 1% of your portfolio in SHIB. But to be honest with you, a tiny little moon bag in SHIB right now might not be a terrible idea that you might hold for a week or two and then be very conservative with. Say, okay, I doubled my money. Okay, it went up 40%. Okay, I'm going to pull out. I'm not going to get overly enthusiastic. But to be honest with you guys, I don't like SHIB, but I will tell you when there's an opportunity, there might be a small opportunity for a pump over the next couple of days. It is up 40% today, and we have seen how the pumpamentals on these coins work. Whenever it goes into a big uptrend like this, there is reason to believe that the community could come in and rally this thing quite a bit. So Tim, what is your take on SHIB? Do you think it's about to have a massive FOMO-driven pump, and is there an opportunity here that we could take advantage of logically?
Well, so I got to start by admitting I'm not that invested into the SHIB community in terms of knowing what they're talking about and what they're doing. I'm not invested in it, so I don't check in all the time. However, SHIB is one of those projects that has a very strong community. We've talked about that, I think, last week. The power of having a strong community on a coin is one of the reasons why it's actually probably a decent coin to actually be used. SHIB is different than Dogecoin. I think I'm a big Dogecoin hater. SHIB has a couple things that are different, but what I will say, I agree that this is not one of my long-term hodl coins. However, one of the reasons why we saw a price uptick recently is within the last 24 hours, we had 56.3 million coins burned. All right. And what's a little bit even more enticing is that next weekend, there's a lot of speculation. They don't know the exact number, but there's a lot of speculation that the largest burn party is going to happen on SHIB. And just to kind of put that in your... I'm looking for the exact number. The largest one up to this point, December 26th, was 239 million tokens. They're saying that this next one, this next weekend, is going to be the biggest, even bigger than that. So it's interesting. I don't think I'm going to trade SHIB. I still think I'm going to stay away from it, especially doing things that I don't get invested in the community that much. I don't know that much about it. However, I will say for anyone who is currently invested in SHIB or anyone who is doing their research, they're probably saying, Tim, you're absolutely right. This is a time that people will probably make some profit off of it. And the reason why is because that news is huge. It's not just about looking at these charts, because if I were to do nothing but look at the SHIB chart right now, there's actually a case that we're at a top right now. We're going to correct back down. There's bearish divergence. There's, we're at the top of Bollinger Bands, all this stuff. But knowing that this next coming weekend, there's going to be another, not just burn, but the biggest burn of all times, I'm like, okay, that is a piece of news. That is something fundamental that I will have to look at that rather than looking at the charts, and I do believe that's going to be bullish for SHIB. I don't think some people are saying like this is going to be the rally that gets us up to 1 cent. I don't think that's happening.
SHIB's not going to 1
cent.
cent.
Not
I will
happen.
make that prediction very clear.
could you potentially make some money in a trade on SHIB? I do believe potentially will. Now, I'm not. I want to make very clear. I don't know how much. I don't think that the charts will be able to show you that whatsoever. Jeb and I don't know that much about SHIB to be able to tell you how much you'll be able to make. But if you are invested in SHIB, if you are someone who pays attention to what's happening, keep that in your mind, because that is very, very, very bullish news for Shiba Inu. For
SHIB to go to $1 billion, for SHIB to go to $1, it would need to be worth $549 trillion, which is the entire human race's existence is worth about a quadrillion dollars. So SHIB would have to make up half of the value of literally everything in existence. So it's not going to $1. I can say that with 100% certainty if it maintains its current supply.
Yeah, and someone's pointing out the math on that. That's not that much. It's only $6,700. The point is that it's the news that surrounds it, and it's the community. It's the community working together. I think there's gonna be a lot of hype around Shiba Inu with that burn. Yeah. Not that burn itself is gonna do a lot. It's just bringing community into the group.
Now that being said, I want everybody to know, because I've seen some people in chat, we're not saying on any project we do TA on, we're never giving you an indication or telling you to buy or not to buy something. We're giving you how we're going about looking at charts, what we're thinking, and how you can take from that and make these sort of decisions yourself as well. How and why you think through these projects and the fundamentals, the technical analysis, on-chain metrics, whatever can give you your edge and give you the most robust knowledge you can to make these decisions. And with SHIB, we very clearly will state that none of us here at the channel think of it as a long-term investment. No. When we're doing TA on it like we are right now, we're saying based on the fact that it has major market share in terms of it being in the top 20 and it's been holding there for a while, there's a lot of people on the channel that are either currently actively trading it or interested in it. Maybe some people are new, and that's fine. You know, everybody finds their way to the larger cap or more secure or better long-term investments through whatever coins they come in through, whether it's through NFTs or through meme coins, and that's okay. But what we are saying is, if you are going to do a trade, this is the TA that we're looking at right now, and what you might be able to expect in the short-term future. But we do not recommend anybody just put in their life savings or really any amount of money and then hope to look at it in 5 years, because there's no telling this could go to nothing. Much more likely than a larger cap coin that has use case built into it. And with SHIB, it might be a good trade. And I would say only on a short-term basis. Yeah. And just like any of the trade options that we tell you about, or the possibilities or opportunities, know what your exit strategy is going in.
And I actually don't have, and after this, we're going to go into super chats. I actually don't have a problem with a moonbag in SHIB that's like 0.1% of your portfolio. So let's say you have a $100,000 portfolio. I don't think there's anything wrong with having $100 in SHIB, because you never know. You never know. Look, the thing could go to $100 billion market cap and then crash. But if you do that, just make sure you keep a very, very small percentage of your portfolio in it and be very liberal with taking your profits. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely consider subscribing, because we're trying to help you become financially free in these cryptocurrency markets. And also consider following us on Twitter @CryptoJeb for more updates on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Peace.